Good morning, I'm Suzanne Ridgway from Let Us Eat, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing another crock-pot meal. As Mama too, it makes my life a lot easier. When I use my crock-pot, because I have some extra cleaning to do today other than my regular maintenance. I'm putting in my crock-pot liner, as you can see. I'm going to set my crock-pot to low, and today I'm going to be making crock-pot chicken pot pie soup. Then I'm going to be doing a biscuit to dunk this biscuits into the soup. I'm going to start by peeling my onion. Really nice, healthy looking white onion. I have also yellow. I prefer these with my soups with the chicken. You can use whatever onion you have on hand. Now you've heard me mention garbage bowls. So I just take a random bowl from my cupboard and I put all my peels and canned goods into the bowl, into the sink, and then it makes it easier to clean up. So the sink's not completely disgusting. When I mince, I always like to cut the onion in half. And I do the short way and then the long way. I have a neat little hack here. I have my pizza slicer. You want to get them minced a certain size. Take your pizza slicer and run it through. I'm going to rinse my hands. My eyes are starting to get a little runny. Some people like to hold their breath when they're slicing onions, or you can freeze them before you slice them. I always forget to do that, so the most convenient, fastest way to mince an onion so you don't tear up and burn your eyes is the best way for this girl. I've been cooking since I was 14 years old. I did some culinary school out of Schenectady College in Schenectady, New York. I'm just going to use my pizza cutter to lift the onion into the crock pot. And it looks like I'm only going to be using a half an onion in my soup, because I have some frozen peppers and onions that I picked up at Walmart, and I want to add some of that into the soup so it has that bell pepper in it for color and flavor. This worked rather well. A little tongue-tied this morning. It's early. I'm going to set my half an onion aside and use that with my lunch later. Give my cutting board a quick rinse, because I'm going to break apart some chicken from last night's dinner. Last night I did crock-pot chicken and gravy, but I roasted extra chicken on the side. For a round 2 meal for tonight. My daughter will not eat chicken and gravy. Just going to scrape all the good stuff from the bottom into the crock pot. A little bit of soap and water. Always wash your hands when you're handling poultry or pork or any kind of meat. Now I'm going to take the chicken so you can see the crock pot. Move it over just a little bit and take the chicken. I'm going to break it apart. Now because of the viruses going around, I'm going to add my bones so it makes a bone broth base. This is going to be like a pot pie, but in somewhat of a soup stew form, kind of an in-between, like a stoop. Break all that chicken off, all the bones. I'm going to add the last piece of chicken. There's a lot of chicken in here. The weather's getting nicer here in New York. Yesterday we reached 74 in my area. It was beautiful out. I got a really nice picture of the super full moon last night that I posted on my Instagram page and on my Twitter account. And Suzanne Ridgway with Let Us Eat. I have a photography page, Suzanne Scene Photography. So please look me up and like the page, as well as the photos. I've taken some barn photos and recently sunsets and Canadian geese photos. Seen rumors that the blue heron's back in New York through friends that were lucky enough to capture them. When I have time, I'll be eagle scouting for photos. I just got a really nice lens. It's a 400-600 Stigma from my Nikon DLSR. It takes really nice, super close photos. All the chicken is the size that I want it in bite-sized pieces. I'm going to wash my hands one more time. Hands are rinsed. I'm going to take my canned vegetables, either use fresh or frozen, because I find when I use regular carrots that aren't fresh or frozen fresh or canned, they don't soften up in time when you're going to eat your dinner. And they get a little, like a little bit of bite to it. We like them soft. Doesn't want to open. There we go. Give it a good once around here. I'm going to rinse my vegetables after they've been sitting in the can. I always like to rinse them. I'm going to take my can here and put a small well of water, about 1/4 cup. I'm going to put my bouillon cube in at this time for extra flavor. anywhere in the crock pot so it dissolves. I'm going to put a tablespoon of garlic in. I eyeball it. That's about a tablespoon. And a tablespoon of about fresh black cracked pepper. Get it all over in there. Looks like I don't need my can opener anymore. I have the convenient pop top. The vegetables are rinsed enough. I'm going to plop them right into the crock pot. Dump the cream soup right in like that. You don't want to dilute the cream soup. Because this is supposed to be like a pot pie. You can use cream of chicken, cream of celery, or cream of mushroom for this crock pot meal. I've got cream of mushroom because it just adds tremendous flavor. Just going to add a little more water because it is a soup. Put that into my garbage bowl. I'm going to take my wooden spoon here. I'm going to mix all the ingredients in the crock pot. I have my crock pot set to low. Let's get all the good stuff off the spoon here. I'm going to give my hands a quick rinse again. At this time I'm going to be grabbing my clean wooden spoon and I'm going to cover my crock pot. At the end of the video I'll show you what the crock pot looks like on the inside. I'm still working on my angles. It already smells really good. I got my scoop from the Dollar Tree and my mixing bowl. I'm going to take my biscuit. I think we're nearing the end. And I'm going to, looks like I have an old scoop in here I'm going to remove. Take my scoop. Don't pack the biscuit. Leave it loose. And drop it into the bowl. The biscuit off to the right side here. I'm going to add a teaspoon of garlic because my husband likes garlic drop biscuits. It's about a teaspoon. Need my butter spray. I'm going to take some foil and cover the pan. I've got to remind myself to get parchment paper from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to lightly spray the pan. There we go. Now this is going to be going into a 350 degree preheated oven for around 18 minutes. So that's 315 degrees, 50 degrees for 18 minutes. You don't want to pour all the water in at once I'm going to pour some in and give it a stir. This is called folding. So you're going to fold the water in until it forms into a dough ball. I'm not going to make too many because my kids aren't really a big fan of them. If you think it's still a little dry, just add another splash of water. If it gets too wet, add a splash of the biscuit. Your dough should be looking like this. I don't do a lot of baking. I'm not very good at it. I'm going to keep practicing. I'm going to take a spoon that I washed earlier this morning. Use a good sized tablespoon. And you're going to take the dough with your clean hands and then just scrunch them up onto the pan like that. Make some decent size homemade grands. Make the drop biscuits. That one's just slightly too big. Once I have these panned, I'll put them in the refrigerator and let them chill until about, I'd say, 3 o'clock. And then I'll put them in the oven. It's supposed to rain later today, so it's a perfect day for homemade bone broth soup of the chicken pot pie variety. The leftovers my husband will take in to work for lunch tomorrow. And I'll probably be giving some to my father-in-law or a friend of mine. I think that one could be a little smaller, and this one could be a little bigger. Perfect. Those scoops that I made 6 of them. And if my kids decide they do want to have them, there's plenty. This is what they look like. These are homemade garlic drop biscuits. If you like my recipes, at this time please like my video. And please subscribe and tap the bell for future notifications. And thank you for always watching Suzanne Ridgway with Let Us Eat. Have a great day. Bye. This is what my Crockpot chicken pot pie soup looks like. As you can see, I added the bell peppers. You can see the green, the yellow, and the red. As well as I think there's some orange ones in there. I have my biscuits in the refrigerator until they're time to go into the oven. Just going to give this one last mix. I got the bones in there to make the bone broth soup. And it's really good flavor and all the nutrients. I will post my recipe in the description box. I buy my frozen peppers and onions at Walmart's. And that's what's for dinner tonight.